Every state in this big, beautiful country of ours has its own set of pros and cons. Otherwise, everyone would leave and it would become a barren wasteland, kind of like parts of Detroit. But there are some states that have a lot more cons than pros, and in this video, we're going to uncover the 10 worst states to live in. But we're not going to do it in a nilly-willy fashion based on opinion. We're going to look at just the objective facts and figures and let the data tell us what and why these states should be ranked at the bottom of the barrel. Our super smart friends at Schoolroo have done some NASA-level calculations, taking the data from multiple sources to rank each state in the following categories: affordability, crime and safety, the state's economy, their education system, their healthcare system, the infrastructure, quality of life, and general opportunities, and then combine them all together to determine the state's ranking from best to worst. And these states have earned the dubious honor of being the bottom 10 states in the US. And actually has a couple, including number 3, that is probably going to shock a few of you. Hey, District of Columbia, bet you're glad you're not a state for this list. And jumping right into number 10 on our list, Kansas. As the home of Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz, and arguably, and I do mean arguably, some of the best barbecue in the country, Kansas is another casualty of being moderate in a lot of categories, with a couple bottom tier rankings bringing down the whole state. I mean, their education system is ranked number 11 in the whole country. And while that's pretty spectacular for a bottom ranked state, it can't overcome some of the bigger deficiencies of the state. In particular, the opportunity ranking for the state puts it at number 40. Crime and safety is a pretty dismal 44. And the quality of life is ranked as number 45. Maybe if they start to focus on the opportunities in the state and bring that number up, their crime and safety number would fall and quality of life would improve and bump them out of this bottom grouping. Just a thought, leaders and politicians of Kansas. Number 9, Arizona. I know people have been flocking here for the last couple of years, in particular and for good reason. I'm actually a little surprised that Arizona made it this far down on the list. When you look at the numbers, they fall right in the middle of the pack on just about every category, and even kind of high on certain ones, like a rank of 21 for quality of life, 22 for opportunities, 21 for economy, and even a number 16 for infrastructure. But there is just one number that drags down the entire state in the overall rankings, and that is their education system. Arizona has the unfortunate distinction of having the absolute worst education system in the entire country, being ranked as number 50. Maybe because Arizona has been such a destination for retirees for so many decades that the priority on education has taken a back seat. Let's hope that the migration of so many families and jobs to the area over the last couple of years helps them to refocus on this critical factor and improve those numbers going forward. Number 8, another hotspot of relocation over the last couple of years, South Carolina. While there are some fantastic areas in South Carolina that have drawn new residents like white on rice over the last several years, places like Myrtle Beach and Charleston, and for good reason, there's history, beauty, and southern charm, it seems like the rest of the state is lagging behind and dragging its ranking down fast. I mean, it's hard to rank as highly as South Carolina did for opportunity, coming in at number 5 in the country and number 12 in the country for their economy, and still make it to number 8 on the list of 10 worst states. But where there's a will, there's a way, and South Carolina managed to achieve it. But when you fall into the bottom 10 to 12 for affordability, crime and safety, education, healthcare, and quality of life, I guess that'll do it. Bottom line, there's some fantastic places that are bringing new people into the area, but it's really limited to just those couple of areas. Maybe it's time for a makeover for the rest of the state, South Carolina. Number 7, Arkansas. While ranking in the top half of the country for opportunity and education, the state falls at the bottom of the heap in just about every other category, including some real bottom of the barrel numbers for infrastructure, healthcare, and crime and safety. Yes, there's some really nice things about Arkansas, including some real natural beauty, things like the Ozark Mountains, the Buffalo River, and my favorite, Hot Springs National Park. And you can't mention Arkansas without talking about the friendliness of the Arkansans. But I don't know how they climb out of this list anytime soon, having such poor ratings in so many categories. Number 6, New Mexico. Best known recently for being home to Walter White and Jesse Pinkman from Breaking Bad, New Mexico also has some other great features that draw people to it, including the ski resort at Taos and the multitude of artist colonies that seem more prevalent than the meth labs. But the numbers for the state don't look too good. They do have a couple top half rankings for affordability, no wonder, and healthcare, but they have near bottom of the barrel rankings for quality of life, infrastructure, education, and their economy and crime and safety both come in at number 49. And it's real hard to climb out of the bottom with those types of rankings. So far, the numbers are making some practical sense to me based on my experience, but I'd love to hear what you think. Go ahead and drop in the comments below if you agree or disagree with the list so far. And while you're at it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and let's get on to the meaty ones, our top 5 worst states in the US. And coming in at number 5, Alabama. While it might have been sweet home for Lynyrd Skynyrd and Reese Witherspoon, Alabama is our first state to not crack the top half of the rankings in a single category. Sure, they rank 28th for opportunity and 30th for infrastructure, but they also rank absolute dead last at number 50 for quality of life. Pair that gem with a 46 for healthcare, 45 for economy, and 41 for education, and you can see why Alabama gets to be our number 5. Number 4, Oklahoma. Oklahoma just seems to be one of those states that always gets forgotten about when asked to name all 50 states. And based on some of their numbers in this ranking, it seems that even Oklahoma forgot they needed to be working on improving their systems and quality of life as well. Again, along with Alabama, Oklahoma didn't crack the top half of the rankings in a single category, falling below the mid-level on every single thing. But the good news is, they are the champions for having the worst healthcare system in the entire country, with a number 50 ranking in healthcare. They also rank top 10 worst in quality of life, infrastructure, and crime and safety. Oklahoma, although sometimes forgotten, is an important part of the entire fabric of our country for a number of reasons. Let's just hope they wake up, see a therapist, and start to get a better self-image, because they have a lot going for them and need to improve on some of these things and crawl out of the bottom. Come on, Oklahoma! Number 3, California. Now, this one both surprises me and doesn't all at the same time. Having spent most of my formative youth here and living on and off in California over the past several decades, I have a love-hate relationship with the state. And funny enough, the numbers reflect that feeling. Yes, they still rank a super high number 3 for quality of life, which makes sense for some, but definitely not all. California was always that utopia with perfect weather, the beaches, Disneyland, and tons of entertainment. But over the last 10 years or so, things have changed drastically. And that number 3 quality of life, I think, is a little high. Sure, number 3 if you're loaded and have the means to walk over the human feces and homeless encampments on every street. But for the everyday Jill or Joe, things are a little different. And you can see that in the numbers, where California ranks number 49 in affordability, 47 in education, 46 in opportunity, and 41 in economy. I don't know what it takes to fix California and bring it back to its days of glory, but God willing, we will find a way to do it, and hopefully, someday my fond memories will match the then current reality. Number 2, Mississippi. Mississippi. Congratulations. You cracked the top half of the rankings in one category, coming in at number 21 for affordability. But that might be more reflective on the fact that you rank in the bottom 10 for 5 other categories. Just saying. Your economy stinks, ranking at the absolute lowest at number 50 in the country. Your healthcare is number 48, opportunity 45, quality of life 44, and infrastructure 44. But hey, you made it out of the bottom 10 for crime and safety at number 39 and education at number 38. Mississippi, maybe it's time to take a cold, hard look at yourself and see where you can start to make some improvements. Baby steps, baby steps. And finally, our number 1 worst state in the country, Louisiana. Don't lie, you knew this was going to be number 1 or at least number 2. But they did it. Louisiana, according to the data, is the worst state to live in the entire country. That being said, Louisiana still managed to crack the top 10, coming in at number 9 for quality of life. So I guess there may be some truth to the fact that you can party your way into happiness. I'm looking at you, New Orleans. But everything else in this perennial, top-ranked, corrupt state is right at the bottom of the barrel. Crime and safety number, 50. Healthcare number, 49. Economy number, 48. Education number, 48. And opportunity number, 41. Maybe if some of that corrupt money went back into the state and programs they were intended for, you could start to make a move out from the bottom. I know your amazing and still friendly and cheerful residents and citizens would appreciate the move. And that rounds out our top 10 worst states to live in the US. Now, you need to check out the flip side of that, the top 10 best states to live in the US, which I'm putting on the screen for you now. Thanks for watching, and the Relocation King out.